Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, Mississippi Power Company, Gulf Sales and Supply, and Butch Osterlet Autoplex.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across South Mississippi, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today we're joined by our good friends at the Humane Society and Miss Katie King. And Katie, last time we had you, it was way over in Pascagoula. It's a little bit easier trip.
Yeah, right here in Gulfport.
Right here in Gulfport, and I understand you're very familiar with the station. You do Pet of the Week, and
yes, yeah.
Always, I love seeing that, and we're actually going to have a little version of that, I think, later in the show. But Katie, bring us up to speed. You know, everybody's been, reading, I think, a lot on social media and stuff about the Humane Society and some of our shelters, but it seems like we have some overflow, but let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now.
Well, right now we are staying busy. Summer and spring are our busiest months of the year. We're in full swing of kitten season, but not only kittens, it's when all animals are having their litters of puppies and kittens, which brings more animals into the shelter. But we are experiencing several abandonment of animals being left in our parking lots and tied up to fences, left at the doors. So we have been overcrowded pretty much the entire year. So we've been having lots of adoption specials trying to get these animals out and into loving homes, but unfortunately they do seem to be coming in faster than we can adopt them out.
Now, the best thing that people can do, obviously, is get their animals fixed, and I mean, y'all been stressing that point for many, many years. I was just amazed. I've done tours of just all the things that y'all do there. I mean, this is not just something where you have animals in cages. I mean, this is a full operation from the back of the house to the front of the house, and it really is eye-opening when you go to see just how much goes into it, how many volunteers. The animals are not kept in cages. I sat in my car one time and watched them running around. It's pretty amazing.
We try to get them out and walked and socialized every single day, which volunteers are critical in helping us make that happen, just because we have so many animals that it's hard for our limited staff to do that one-on-one time with them and get them outside to get fresh air and release some energy. So volunteering your time is so important in getting those dogs walked. It makes a huge difference when adopters come in to see them. Once they've been walked, you can just see that they're more calm and more acceptive to receiving, potentially a new home.
Right. We've had some pretty in-depth conversations, and there's a lot of myths out there. A lot of myths that y'all are sitting on a lot of money and don't need any contribution because of this or that. And that's not the fact. You solely support yourself on donations and volunteers. And what y'all have been able to accomplish is, for was it called a no-kill shelter, which is amazing. Y'all have some amazing statistics.
Yeah, so to be labeled as a no-kill shelter, you have to have a save rate of 90% or higher. We reached a 96% save rate in 2020. Currently, our save rate is sitting around 91%. So we are really proud of the progress that we've made. Although we're housing multiple, hundreds and thousands of animals each year, we're still able to maintain that save rate, and we couldn't do it without the support of our community. We are 100% nonprofit, so we rely on donations from the community, and we receive grants that we're able to provide assistance to people with spay neuter. We're able to do anything in our power to help keep pets and families together. If they need assistance with a pet deposit or pet food, if they're struggling financially to keep their pet, we'll do everything we can to keep the pet in the home rather than them having to be surrendered back to the shelter.
I know that I've gotten some calls from some pretty big organizations here on the coast, and like you mentioned before, there seems to be an abundance of cats. And cats, it seems like a couple cats can become a lot of cats in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not like a dog.
No.
And
Cats can get pregnant at as young as 4 months old, which seems crazy. So,
and
yeah.
they can have multiple litters. And
Yeah.
I've had a lot of cats around our office, and we got them fixed, and they can be great pets. They can be a great deterrent to rodents, and
Right.
I mean they really have become an asset. But there's other places where people just will feed them, and they'll gather where there's food, and before you know it, it's out of control. Do they call y'all, or do they call? I mean, how does that work?
Well, we also partner with Fixin' the Coast. They're a TNR group, trap, neuter and release back into the field. So we offer, reduced cost spay neuter surgeries and vouchers to get those community cats fixed so they don't keep reproducing, and then they can be released back into the community in the environment in which they thrive. We also adopt out barn cats for free at no cost to the community, and we spay and neuter them. They're up to date on all vaccinations so they're not spreading disease in the community.
Right.
And we'll do all of that at no charge to the community.
I have been, I guess for the first time in a long time, I adopted an animal, and I had not done that in many years. I had full bred, either pugs or bulldogs. And when I brought home my latest bulldog, to see the dog that I adopted, to see its entire demeanor change, because it was so skittish, it was almost like, but now it's like the parent. And just to see that love inside the animal, it changes you. And, animals are, an incredible benefit to all mankind. And so if done properly, I mean, they're a great teaching tool for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we 100% agree.
Well, I know that y'all are, you have to be very passionate to work in the field. And I know you see a lot of things that you don't want to see when you drive up, and you may see an animal like you said, that's just stuck there for a reason with a note.
Yeah.
And you would hope that people would at least come in with the animal, that you could talk to them, but that doesn't always happen.
Not always, no. But we do receive a lot of support from the community. We see wonderful and amazing adopters come in, foster parents, volunteers. So we are making what we like to say positive progress, although it is a nationwide crisis with the overcapacity right now. We're always looking for northern shelters to partner with to transport animals that don't have as many pets as we do. But we are making progress, and we're staying positive and trying to make a difference every day. Tremendous progress.
We're going to be having a couple of our friends come on. Tell us a little bit about that real quick.
Yes, they're two very special dogs. They were actually abandoned at the door one morning. We came to them, but they're adorable, and they're going to be highlighted at our Rock and Roll Over event coming up on August 25th.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go to a short commercial break. We're going to come back. We're actually going to have some live animals. I've always wanted to do this, so don't touch the remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. And you're not seeing things. You see a pug tie, you see a bulldog here in an LSU jersey, and we've got Boudreaux and Thibodeaux. So certainly want to thank you for bringing that on. And we have our Community Relations Director, Amanda Ray, on our shows. Thank you for helping us out. And I know this is a thrill for you. Now, Katie, let's talk a little bit about Boudreaux and Thibodeaux and why they're here. Because it is sort of a precursor to a major event that's coming up.
Yes, so these are two of our VIP guests that will be at the Rock and Roll Over event at the Hard Rock Casino in Biloxi on Thursday, August 25th. It is our largest annual fundraising event of the year. We're so excited, and these two guys will actually be available for adoption that night and presented on stage with lots of excitement. So it's a lot of fun.
It's amazing, because Samson here is so small, but to these guys, he's a giant, and he's like sort of taking the initiative. They're so cute as puppies. They will grow up, and you need to understand that when you're adopting, that, puppies do grow up. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, and they take it just for granted they're going to stay small. And
That's right. Yeah, you have to
it's
make
a responsibility.
Sure. Yeah, exactly right. Make sure the whole family's on board and you have enough patience and time to put into training them and making them your perfect family pet.
Now, Amanda, you've gotten a chance to, sort of play with him a little bit. It sort of changes the whole spirit of everything when you have an animal.
Absolutely. Puppies just make you smile. It's hard not to be happy whenever you're holding little sweet puppies. So I know this is going to be a great event. I'm excited for the Humane Society. I'm excited for Katie. Katie, can you tell us why this event's different than others?
So this is our biggest fundraising event. We'll have around 500 of our closest supporters of the Humane Society there. It gives us an opportunity to touch base with everyone and let them know what's going on at the shelter, educate them on any new programs that we have, and also raise much needed funds for our newest shelter projects, which right now is our capacity fund to expand and house additional large dogs. We're actually renovating one of our warehouses on site to house an additional 22 large dogs.
Wow.
So that's what we'll be raising funds for.
So if someone wants to participate and buy a table or a ticket, how can they do that?
They can visit the event website. It's rnr2022.givesmart.com. And tickets are on sale. They're $100 each. We encourage everyone to please come. And even if you can't attend the event in person, we have an online silent auction where you can bid on the items right from home. And all of the proceeds go straight back to our shelter pets.
Wonderful. What
Now,
an amazing asset.
We have a theme each year. And what was it this year? Voodoo something.
This year, it's the magic of voodoo. So we're really excited. We're going to have some fortune tellers. You might see some gypsies, a man with the hex. You never know what you're going to see at this event. So we like to keep everyone on their toes.
I know last year, I think I was Elton John, but I got all kind of comments. So I'm not sure what I was dressed up as, but of course, you had the mayor. Billy was dressed up as Axl Rose, so
Yes.
it got a little out of control. I was like, we're trying to figure out who each other was. But it's a fun time. You get some people in the community to step up, and so you have a great live auction. And there was so much energy in the room. I mean, I was really excited, about having purchased a couple animals, and I didn't get them, but I know the people that did, and so, we're happy for them.
Oh, yeah. All the animals get adopted that night into loving homes, so it's really amazing to see.
It's, I guess, been going on for a very long time. Had to cancel maybe a year or so, or a couple of years, but this event, I can remember this at Hard Rock years ago.
Yeah, the year 2020, we still had it. We just had it in our parking lot. But we're back at the Hard Rock now, and we're really happy to be back there. And it's just such a wonderful event to raise all these much needed funds for our animals.
Now, there is opportunity for corporate sponsorships also, and I know that we're always looking for that. But it's also, it's good. We need community partners to step up and, see what some of the needs are. I think I've been to so many, like even preschools, where the kids are bringing in puppy food and peanut butter. It may be a good time for some of our corporations to, step up and maybe put this in the budget. Because what the Humane Society is doing, it's educating our kids. I know we're talking about having a summer camp next year, and we're real excited about that, where we can bring kids that maybe don't get this opportunity. And,
Right. Yeah, we're happy to give tours of the shelter. We have field trips coming all the time. We schedule them so we can make sure that someone's available to walk through with them, make sure we have some one-on-one time with them if they're doing a donation drop-off or anything like that. We do have some new processes in our adoptions department where we pair up potential adopters with an adoption counselor. That way they can show them specific animals that they're interested in that might be the best fit for their family, and just be able to give them more one-on-one time and information about all the pets in our facility.
Now, Amanda, when she first came on, we were talking about goat yoga. And it got my attention because what is goat yoga? Explain what that is, because it's taking, I guess, something where you're doing, physical exercise or yoga with an animal?
With goats. Yes, it's exactly how it sounds. So goat yoga. I've taught that in the past in Mobile whenever we lived there. What it is, it's a gentle flow yoga class led by a certified instructor, and you have little baby goats that run around and jump on you. So it's really just playful and fun. And I thought, what a great idea to do something like that with the Humane Society, to partner some way.
Right.
And in the future, possibly have something like puppy or kitten yoga. That's
Wow.
definitely kind of all the rage right now. People get really excited. It's just a fun way to partner together, raise funds, raise awareness, and have a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're always looking for new, fun, and exciting opportunities
Yep.
to raise awareness. And
Well, we're going to do
Awesome.
that. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a lot more about what animals. I want to touch base on, the benefit of animals, because done properly and raised properly, I mean, they are a great teaching tool for kids, for adults. So we're going to be right back. We're talking with our friends at the Humane Society of South Mississippi. So don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're, of course, joined by our friends at the Humane Society, Miss Katie King, and our Community Relations Director, Amanda Ray, and 3 little beautiful puppies. They're so cute when they're little. They have a little bit of rambunctiousness to them, and I guess this is how we were when we were little kids. And you learn a lot from them, though, and it's... I say this all the time, animal therapy has become so prevalent in recovery programs and, I guess some of our prison systems, because the hardest heart in the world can melt and be retaught through an animal. And my personal experience, I've talked about it so much, Home of Grace, not wanting to be around humans, but taking care of animals gave me responsibility, gave me, a discipline every day that I had a purpose. And eventually that would translate into humans. I'm sure you see that all the time. And, the people that work there, I always think about, you get attached to an animal. It's got to be very difficult, but you got to be happy when they're finally adopted.
yeah.
But I've seen some of the workers as, an animal's leaving crying, because.
You get attached.
Yeah. And that, you think about that. That's emotional just even thinking about it. That you might be with an animal. How long is some of the animals have been there for quite a while?
Right. We've had animals that have been there over a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you do make that bond and connection with them, seeing them day after day.
It's amazing how y'all have, I always think of Rocky and Bullwinkle, just
Oh, yeah.
because they were in the front up there, and they were, what were they as a pair?
We call them bonded. If they come
Yeah.
in together and, they eat together, sleep together, play together, then we adopt them out together. And we make
Okay.
sure that they go into a home where they can live together for the rest of their lives.
And when somebody is adopting, you're looking for them to go to a home that they can be taken care of. That is important.
Right.
And I've had a lot of full-blooded dogs, like I said, with pugs or with bulldogs and stuff, but there's nothing whatsoever wrong with also getting, another 3rd or 4th animal, from a shelter of the Humane Society and bringing them home. They just bond right away. I mean, it takes the first little couple days, but after that.
Yeah, we like to say the 3-3-3 rule, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, until they finally get settled into their home environment and, really get into that routine. So we encourage everyone, if they are adopting, to give it time. And we like to remind them of the 3-3-3 rule.
We learned something at the Baker McCarty Foundation years ago where we would take, Ralph, my pug, into the schools. And the kids, it would immediately get their attention, and we could tell them, whatever we were there to talk about. But if you ever want to get a kid's attention, bring a little puppy, and it becomes the center of attention.
Oh yeah, we know that.
great teaching tool. Now, let's go back to the rock and roll event. Again, how many animals will we have that evening?
We'll have around
Approximately.
10 animals at the event that will be available for adoption.
And the animals that you pick, are these animals that you think would be easily adoptable that evening, or I
Mhm.
mean, you're not bringing a bunch of dogs there that are fighting back and forth, or
Oh no, they've all been in foster homes, so we try to, pick good foster parents that are going to teach them some tricks, work on house training, behavior training, things like that leading up to the event, so that they're ready to shine.
I met some. I did not know I know some of the animal enthusiasts on the coast. I mean, I've gotten texts from them, emails over the years. We need to do this or we need to do that. But I was amazed at the people that you know in your community when you go to this event that are there, and they're pretty. You do have a lot of support. It's a broad support base, and I think it's fascinating that. We have such a great community down here. And to see people, like you said, that give up their time and they may transport animals to another region.
Mhm.
I've seen that over and over again. My good friend Lauren does that.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
You give up your
Transporting-
weekend to drive an animal to another shelter or something.
Yeah, it really saves lives because northern shelters don't have the overcrowding like our southern shelters do.
Mhm.
So they will accept pets and they'll be easily adopted. That they don't have hundreds of animals in their shelter. So it really saves lives, and it opens up space at the shelter to allow more animals to come in, get the shelter and care that they need. And like you said earlier, pets really bring people together. So
They
no
do.
matter how divided we might be, we can always count on pets bringing us together, and it's a bonding moment.
I think that it's also important that there's a lot of breeding out there that's not done properly, and they just breed animals and they only take one or two that they want. The rest of them they discard, and that's some of the laws need to be even a lot stiffer
Right.
when people do that. I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer that if you abuse an animal, you're going to abuse a human, and I think if you got slapped on the wrist one time pretty good, probably wouldn't do it again. And I think
Right.
that there's been a lot more awareness on that. Now, we came in here, of course, somebody has to have peanut butter. I remember y'all opened the door in a closet and it was full of peanut butter. So what's with peanut butter?
The dogs love it. We put it on everything. We have Frisbees that we smear peanut butter on. We hang it on their kennels so they can lick it off. We stuff their Kongs with it. We dip milk bones in it. We make ice treats where we put peanut butter in bowls, water and treats, freeze it. It's like a popsicle for the dog. As long as it's the xylitol free kind, don't do low sugar peanut butter. They can't have that.
Okay.
But just regular old creamy peanut butter, they'll eat that every single day.
It's getting sort of bizarre out there. I went to Polar Pops and they've got Polar Pops for dogs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they've got quite a few of them. I was talking to Shannon. I said, "You kidding me, right?" No.
No.
I mean, people, if they have the means, they'll spend anything on their animals. I know I spend more time in the animal section of buying food and reading ingredients and looking for different things that they can play with that they're not going to fight over. And
Well, we firmly believe that they're family members, so
they are
they should
family
be
members.
treated as such.
That's where I think we would certainly agree that they are family members. I wouldn't get rid of an animal. I'd get rid of everyone else in the house before the animal. And that seems to play itself out with me very well. But I don't know how you can separate yourself from an animal. And now, how is Miss Lori doing? I mean, Lori's always a go-getter, and I know that you two have worked side by side for a long time now.
6 years. Yep. We stay busy. Every day is an adventure at the shelter, but we love it. Every day we're trying to implement new programs, expanding the shelter so we can accept more animals, and just doing the best we can every single day.
Well, we've got about 45 seconds. Tell us how they can get more information.
You can visit our website, hssm.org, or stop by the shelter and see us. We're located off of Highway 49 in Gulfport. Tuesday through Saturday, our adoption center is open.
And the rock and roll voodoo
Yes.
madnesses.
The Magic of Voodoo will be happening Thursday, August 25th at the Hard Rock Casino.
Thank you so much for coming on. We're going to have to do this again.
Thanks for having
It was
me.
fun. Amanda, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you doing what you do. And we appreciate everybody's support of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi. Until next time, this is Todd Trenchard saying so long and may God bless.